Hello, this is Stephanie Lotvin of Tellybean Knits, and this is part 2 of our cross stitch tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to be demonstrating the left leaning cross stitch that you will be using in the Morning Sunshine Cowl. So let's get started. I've just finished setting up for the cross stitch, and my needles are absolutely loaded up with extra wraps. And I'm ready for my first left leaning cross stitch. To begin, you're going to insert your right hand needle into the bottom from right to left of that first wrapped stitch. And you're going to pop it off the needles to create one giant loop. We're going to do that 8 times. Insert purlwise and drop those extra wraps to create one giant loop. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I now have 8 large knit stitches on my needles on my right hand needle. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to change the orientation of half the stitches. We're going to move the last 4 stitches on our right hand needle to the other side of the first 4 stitches. To do this, we're going to insert our needle into the center of the last 4 stitches on the right hand needle. We're going to then bring this over and bring those first 4 stitches through the center of the last 4 stitches. So our stitches have actually gone through the center of those first 4 stitches, and they are now crossed in a new orientation. We have 4 stitches on our right hand needle and 4 stitches on our left hand needle. Now we're going to place the stitches from our right hand needle onto our left hand needle without changing their orientation. But we still have a cross. I'm using my left hand finger to separate those 4 stitches. You don't have to do that. We're just going to make sure that they stay in this order. I'm going to scoot those up to the end, and I'm just going to knit across all of those stitches in their new orientation. Knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we've just knit those 8 stitches into a left leaning cross stitch. Let me show you that again. We're going to scoot our stitches towards the end of our needle. They can be a little tricky to move over the bump in your needle. Just be careful not to scoot them off the end. We're going to insert our right hand needle purlwise and drop the extra stitches, those extra wraps that are on our needle. We're going to do that with 8 stitches. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We now have 8 large loose loops. We're going to skip past the first 4 and insert our needle into the second 4. And we're going to carefully bring those stitches towards the end of our right hand needle, and we're going to bring the right hand needle stitches through the center of the left hand needle stitches to cross them and change the orientation. Now we're going to put all those stitches on our left hand needle and knit across all the stitches in their new order. This can feel awkward, but it creates such a beautiful, dramatic result. And once you finish, you've created a left leaning cross stitch. Now, when you're finished working your left leaning cross stitches, you can move on to part 3 of our tutorial, where I will show you how to work a right leaning cross stitch.